Sneezy actually clutching out a shot.
What's going on, guys? Bruce.
That ended up making it possible for them to rotate one more time through the dead side of zone until they ran into Thomas and Malluka.
Yeah, well, this is sort of what you need. When you're going for that dead side rotation, you need to fire.
What's going on, guys? Bruce Gaming here with your daily YouTube live streams and more. And today, for you, as you read by the title, I got an FNC House Chapter 4 What 5 for you guys. I'm in the Fortnite Legends Crave map.
Didn't quite work out for them in the end, though.
You have to feel a bit, though, for Vidal and Noah Riley in that instance, because it looked
if you're excited to see this, smash like to my post notification and subscribe. I might play some bit Battle Royale in a bit.
At the same time,
I don't know
what can happen. I mean, we've seen 25 placements jumped.
I don't know how. I'll see how it goes.
And Kimmy's last performance, so it's really anybody's game still.
Yeah, I feel like momentum is kind of like.
And 1 minute, the game 5 starts. I've just watched the end of the previous game.
Them fly, right? I mean, this is still kind of uncharted territory as far as coming. Like, yeah, we have these cups and stuff, but like now this is.
So yeah, I hope you guys are ready for this.
Bust out strategies. It might be a duo there you're not ready to see, and you're like, okay, we have to kind of change up how we're approaching the game now.
Yeah, definitely. This is what the new chapter's all about, isn't it? We have the new map, we have the new meta, we have new items, and even using boat rotations as we saw.
Who would have thought?
I mean, it's crazy, isn't it? It's great to see. Even, of course, Cammy and Seti that were sort of an all-round duo, just going back to their roots, going back to low ground, thinking, you know what, let's just stick to what we know.
Such an unspoken appreciation, though, for Europe and the fact that we're really getting an instance of being able to see just how these players can actually all hold up clutch situations, because lots of 1v2 so far.
Yeah, absolutely crazy. And, of course, they're all adapting. They're like, hey, what do I got to do in this game? Let's do it. Boat. Let's go all the way around the map. It works out for some. With that being said, though, guess what? It is game time. Game number 5 is on the horizon for us. So let's find our seats on the bus. Here we go.
Here we go, chat. Week 1, game 5.
After game number 4, called at the halfway point, Seti and Cammy got called out, and they rose to the occasion. Unfortunately enough, Seti's out there saying, I didn't record that game. The only game I didn't record. Don't worry, just watch back the VOD. We got you.
I'm really looking forward to it. I really wish we could have gotten the replay of that game from their POV around. I'm sure they would be ecstatic because, again, not a team that we expect to see popping off the way they did. I'd love to see them come out again and be as uber aggressive as they were, you know, in that mid-ground layer, just cleaning up everybody that comes in their way. The big thing is, though, can they continue this? We saw the massive jump they had in the standings as a result of that impressive game. There is still plenty more work to be done. I'm sure they will expect themselves to finish high up in the standings, and we can finally see whether or not they'll be able to move towards as we head into the penultimate game. Game number 5. Anything you want to see here in this game? Do you have any favorites right now, Jacob?
I mean, other than I feel like the People's Champ V, who's always going to be one of my favorite players on EU, I just want to see the resurgence of Seti and Cammy, because if you take note of before the FNCS Invitational was still one of the least aggressive teams, and talk about aggression, back to where we began. They split and changed up their drops in that last game, but back to finish what they left off. Clement and Decepto is going to get that first elimination. Lushi, he's just trying to go around, grab that reboot card and see what he could do as a solo.
Deceptus and Clement, one of our many French duos near the top of the competitive scene. Can they do something here in this game? I'd love to see one of our French duos come out. Of course, you know, we were talking about Anderlecht and Sneezy at the start of the day. Not seeing as much from them as we maybe would have wanted to.
Couple teams.
So chat, here's the plan. I'm gonna watch the last 2 games, and then I might change the title of the stream if I can't. I'll just leave it as it is.
To those actual trailers, switching it up,
and then
to 50-50. It's too much.
Let's play Battle Royale,
because we've seen what happened to Scram in a couple of those early games, not getting anything to fire back with, just a mini and a med kit. Cheating on this side along with Flixie over towards Brutal Bastions, as we see a replay of what we might have missed during that early commotion. Grohl's already going down. Fire Hunter literally fighting for his life, takes down Flixie, 1v1 against Cheatin'. But sooner or later, those 1v2s got to stop.
Yeah, he ain't got that 1v1 juice. I don't know what they've been to. Maybe is it slap juice? Our players taking some slap juice and it just gives them 1v2 powers, maybe. Maybe that's the answer. Something's in the air today.
Could be. Just waking up, having a great breakfast, Wheaties, or whatever it may be for some of these champions that we've seen right before our very eyes, and even these newcomers. Like I keep saying, you're new trying to qualify for your first FNCS and you may not have made it this far, but you're watching, this should give you hope. This should be something to build upon, saying, hey, if these guys can do it for the first time, why can't I? There's another fight going down, but just as we get into it, it quickly ends with Bad Sniper being dropped.
Yeah, here Gruden and Forzen on our screens. Cleaning that one up. Gruden with both of the LMs. Not too shabby. Now a chance to really make something of themselves in this game. Of course, if they start heading towards the direction.
We got his POV, we got his webcam.
To pick up along the way. Do need to get their loot up a bit. Not the best. Not what Gruden will want to work with at least. I'm sure they will look to loot up some more.
Facing a mustache over towards Slappy Shores. When it comes to loot, they have everything at the start of the games, but the actual game itself, not necessarily going their way, but 6th place, that's something that puts you in contention. It gives you a chance in these final 2 games, but one slip up could cost you everything. The big amount of pressure for some of these players at the top of the leaderboard is Fred, Marius have the high ground. It's actually Marius that does have the low ground, that extra angle, trying to surprise attack once the covers get weak, and these players tunnel vision on Fred, who has the high ground.
Fred next just applying some pressure, looking to claim some pieces along the way. Got the cone, wasn't able to get the floor. Will retake that wall. Again, it's a war of attrition. Playing it patiently, playing it slowly, trying to claim as much as he possibly can in the hopes of their opponents making some sort of mistake.
Don't worry, he didn't see you. That's probably what he's thinking right there. Picks up a little bit extra light ammo, still waiting around the corner. This is that cheeky play. Frednex is trying to mimic the sound with those impulses, make them believe like he escaped, make them believe that he got out, and this is their chance as they're escaping the boxes. They're trying to take these 2 additional angles. Marius peeking through. The patience is incredible for him to not take that shot, give up his position. They're building up towards the high ground. The information is going to be dealt over. Shield's going to get dropped off of Paradise. The cheeky play has worked for now.
I really like that play. You highlight it in a moment exceptionally, right? Using the shockwaves to just bait, or the impulses, sorry, I should say, to just bait that they've left. And even though they were cautious, they still took the bait. And we'll see now if they can actually capitalize off of it. Chari, just in that box there.
Time to work with for some of these guys is Paradise and Ross trying to play defensively, hold their covers, but sooner or later you're going to run out of resources, you're going to run out of mats, and offensive play has to be made sooner rather than later, and quickly he goes up, he takes the high ground. Chari, low ground, the 2 different angles. It's not ultimate low, but he's a few layers down. Frednex with a huge shot, 88. The trade-off is going to work out in their favor, because now Cherry can be aggressive. Nice angle being watched. Teamwork making the dream work. But they're just not able to get that upper hand just yet. They're holding on to the high ground, but nobody being advanced enough. When there goes a big shot.
How's they going,
One's going to get taken down. Chari gets taken down as well. This ends up in a 1v1. Maris versus Ross. With covers for both of these guys and no elimination being picked up just yet, no siphon or refresh, they can probably both go for the res, but it doesn't look like neither one want to make it happen. Ross just want to live up and let that pressure go to waste. Great shot going to be tagged off. 100 more shields being disappeared, and he gets the back-to-back eliminations, and it's he who's going to get the last lap and the res on the Frednex.
Yeah, Giras has had a bit of a stinker there. You see, both players had one of their teammates down, and there was an opportunity to trade the res. But Giras instead decided to go on the offensive and doesn't win the fight. Having an absolute mare. Nevertheless, they will have one more game, one more opportunity to make up for this lost time. V and Queasy, though, will be looking for revenge, not just throughout this year on the way to global championships, but in this game here, sitting currently in 8th, hoping to rise up the standings. But it's all going to come down to how this fight plays off against T-Chips and Artskill. 2 very talented players. It talks about wanting to see some of the French players do a lot better in this lobby. This is one of those duos to watch out for sure.
They have the pressure with their backside to the rest of the map. Being Queasy, the only escape plan is the open waters behind them. Chalk continue to get trade off. Flopper's got to work in V's favor as he's trying to put the pressure with the Twigman SMG, but no more light ammo to continue said pressure. Now it's down to the red eye and the medium ammo that he has left. It's not a lot of pressure, so he's trying to build up. He's trying to force something, but before he does just that, let's use the Flopper. Let's go ahead and tip ourselves up, tip-top shape, but he gets chopped down, taking a little bit of fall damage from shields along the way, as he continues to be that relentless aggressor trying to take that additional angle. But instead of just the angle itself, they realize this fight is just not worth it. They're going to disengage and try to play the rest of the game. Maybe they'll meet up later, maybe they won't.
Yeah, it's not just about it not being worth it. They ain't really got the match to deal with this at all. Queasy's just dropped V a couple mats just so he has something to work with and protect himself in case of an emergency. But they are not working with enough at all to be able to handle this fight.
Delay, wait. Whew. Great shot gonna be fired. Still taking damage from the zone. Too far back. Has some splashes to work with. But that's gonna be it in terms of their HP heals. So it's all or nothing here. The longer they continue to wait, the harder it's gonna be. The cleanup's gonna come through. The siphon's gonna buy him a couple of extra seconds.
Gruden's right there.
Oh, he realizes, hey, I can't play too defensive. I don't have my teammate anymore. I'm trying to shockwave out, but HP gets drained along the way. Trying to med mist up. The hot on his heels. The reload saving him a couple extra seconds. And this is basically done and dusted because they need this refresh. They realize they have no heals, so this siphon is absolutely imperative for them staying alive. And they get rewarded with a shockwave hammer on top of that.
Yep, cleaning that fight out. Gruden did his best, but his best was by no means enough. That is unfortunately going to be the end of their run. The end of a run. That's been good. Cammy here. What's going on? This isn't something I'm used to seeing from Cammy. And we actually have the one and only Jenny Smiles here now giving us updates. Jenny, what is going on with Cammy and Seti? How do they have a hammer?
Yes, so we see Cammy and Seti have a hammer here. They tweeted out, as Minnie said earlier, that they were not able to find a hammer off spawn, but they did find one this time. So let's see what they'll be able to do with it.
Shall be back in a minute.